if Donald Trump is such a villain, and in many cases he can be, just let the truth speak for you. You don't have to suppress democracy to let someone who's doing evil win. I'm sorry, evil lose. We don't need you to put your finger on the scale. I want my news uncolored and preferably unfiltered. But it's very difficult to get information, and that's not what we put all this time in the military for. Imagine all this, and we have a leader put in by the media, and we got to sit there and deploy because of this foolishness, or pull a 12-hour shift because of a bad decision that they've made. That really that affects morale. I remember there was plenty of times where I was mad because I'm answering stupid questions from senators because of something Donald Trump said. But I want a person in there that's supposed to be there, and I don't need the media helping them.
So with the media, right, which is the main source of where the vast majority of the population is just getting any information.
Not anymore. The vast majority of the population is getting their media from comedy shows and talk shows. They're not even getting it from the media anymore. ABC News, after that debate, had to lay off like 70 people that were pretty much fired, and their ratings have been in the tank. CNN has had some of the lowest ratings in recent history, probably going back since the Trump administration. They can't keep people on their shows. People are more likely to watch Joe Rogan and shows like that to get their media than they are to watch mainstream media, because there's been situation after situation ebbing at the veracity of American media on both sides, but primarily the left.
That boy is good.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of gotten to a point where I think it's affecting black men. Now, this is where we need improvement, and where this is screwing us up as black men. Black men have a very large appetite for conspiracy. And the mainstream media is supposed to give it to us straight. But as black men start to see that there is more conspiracy and that the news cannot be trusted, then they're going to crazy news sources and getting their information, like us.
Yeah.
So that's a problem. And that may be something that the Democrats are doing to themselves, because they're creating an environment where the media can't be trusted, and black men are going to alternative sources to get their media. And one major place they're going that the black lady said in the clip earlier, she alluded to, and also President Obama, they're going to the manosphere. They're going to this underground great network.
Describe the manosphere for us.
The manosphere is basically a place where men exchange ideas on how to do life, and it's a fraternity. And if you look at most of the manosphere podcasts, this is this podcast phenomena that we have now. Even black men are a part of it. It's gotten to a point where they're getting their news from that now, because the media cannot be trusted. Now, are these manosphere people, political experts like myself and people on this panel? Have they spent, decades in the military and being political analysts like me? No, but it doesn't matter, right? As long as they're getting a source of something that either makes them feel good or has even some truth to it, it's swayable. And when Barack Obama said, men need to stop being misogynistic and feeling like it gives them power over women to put them down, he's taking a truncated version of what people say about the manosphere and saying that and we've heard it before in previous elections, it's the manosphere that's confusing these black men into voting a certain way, confusing men in general, confusing us. Yeah. This conversation is a product of confusion, gentlemen.
Hey, real quick,
teaching the slaves
how to be slaves. I get you. What I mean? I told you. No, but real quick, I was thinking, especially when it comes to black men, right, and older black men, and this is probably the biggest issue that I have. And no, that's the biggest issue I have. I'm not even gonna go to the real young one. Yeah, the biggest issue. And I mean, I think we have been, programmed. Not me, but people who's older than us have been programmed from day one that you gotta vote blue no matter who, right?